Hey, what is up guys? It's Syndicate II here bringing you another settlement build for Fallout 4. So in the last series, we went and attempted to create a horror house in Coop Manor. It was a build with no mods and a creepy ass backstory. We even roleplayed as a victim of that horror house as part of the showcase. So I want to continue that trend to create another series of builds. In this build, I'm hoping to do something a little bit different for our settlement. This time, we're going to be using PS4 mods to try to make one of the craziest settlements in the Commonwealth. If you guys don't know, I stopped playing Fallout for about a year and a half ago and never got the DLCs, until now of course. But half of the workshop mods were always locked for me. Now that I have them all, this will be my first time diving deep into all the possible settlement options for this game. This will be a very exciting exploration, and I will try to make this settlement with 3 major goals and components in my mind. For one, it's going to be realistic, it's going to be vast and fully detailed, and finally, it's going to have a sick ass backstory. So let's go ahead and make an overview of where this place will be and why I chose it. Let's go. So the location for the next series will take place in Spectacle Island. So I chose this place for multiple reasons. For one, it has the largest building range for what we hope to create. Not only is it large, but it is open and clear of waste, enabling us to create limitless possibilities for settlement building, as long as it doesn't break the game, of course. So if you like what you see and want to keep up with this settlement series, make sure you like, subscribe, and also comment down below your thoughts and opinions about this build. I think this series will come in multiple parts to focus on different areas of the settlement, so I hope you follow along. After I create this mega settlement, I'm hoping to make more awesome builds in the future. So thank you again for watching and enjoy this Let's Build Spectacle Island. So the first thing I did when I came into the island was, of course, scrap all the waste. I try to do it as best as I can so that we can see the island and start planning out what to do with it. So at this stage of the game, I must have cleared half of the island, and now I'm starting to think of ideas of what I can do. Since I'm staring at the ocean, I figured I'd start from the ocean and then lead on to the land. And the best way to do that is, of course, to make a port like a parking garage for boats. And so that's what I'm trying to attempt to do. What I try to do is I use wooden platforms, like how you would see in a pier, and go from there. Yeah, so during these voiceovers, I guess I'm just gonna be describing my thought process of when I'm starting this build. Mind you, I'm also experimenting with the new construction things that I'm able to do, because none of these were in the original game. This is all mods, so I'm trying to experiment with it all. So yeah, there's a lot of mistakes, but also a lot of good things that came with it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna cue a montage so you see how it leads up, but I'm going to be explaining it along the way, like my thought process. Enjoy. So I managed to hook up wooden platforms from the island to make it go out to sea. The problem with that is that once it goes out to sea, it's kind of floating in the air. You're gonna see later how I fix that. But from here on, I try to experiment on the new boats that came with the mod. These boats, they're so exciting. It adds so much detail to the game, but I had to learn the functionalities of them since, you know, they can't float on water for some reason. And you're gonna see how I work around that. And basically what I do is I place wooden platforms all the way in the bottom of the sea. As you can see, like it can place as long as it's on top of a platform. And so I place platforms underwater, so in order for these to place. But yeah, it's in this next upcoming montage is just me trying to figure out how I could install these boats and how it can successfully clip onto the water, and also adding platforms underwater for the ones I already have so that it's not floating around. So yeah, cue another montage and enjoy. So from this point, I'm happy and satisfied. I got to place not one but two boats along the pier, and yeah, it took a couple while, but I did it. Like I said, I just placed platforms in the bottom, and from what I said from the beginning of this of this Let's Build, I wanted to make it look as realistic as possible, so I had to go for the full detail with going all the way to the bottom of the sea to connecting it all the way to the ground, you know, so like gravity or physics or whatever. And so now that I have the base of the pier done with 2 ships parked, what I try to do is juice up the pier itself. I plan on adding all the necessary things to it for now. So for now, the first thing I thought about was railings, and so that's what I start with. And then from there, I try to go into more detail of the pier and all of these things. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy, because I really did enjoy this part. This part is basically decorating after making the base of the build. Now that I'm just decorating it, which is the fun part. And it's also pretty cool because I'm getting to use new building materials, building items and stuff that I never got to use before. And yeah, cue montage again. I'll see you guys later. Peace. So from exploring the new mods, settlement mods in the game, I came across the fact that you can summon NPCs as part of the workshop. And I thought this part was really cool, and during this stage I was so excited. And so before even decorating everything, I decorated the boats, put some turrets in there, making it look like, you know, they just came from wherever they came from and just parked here. And I tried to play with the NPCs. I also played with service mats. So basically what they are is they're mats you put on the ground that do something like sweeping or sitting, and then you set NPCs on those mats and they'll do that on that spot. And so in the ships, I summoned these new NPCs that I have, as well as put mats down so that these NPCs will have interaction, you know. And I thought it was pretty cool because it's like, you know, I just put a bunch of gangsters on the boat so they're protecting their shipment, kind of like, you know. But yeah, it was pretty fun, and I had fun with this part. But yeah, let's go on, continue with the video. So at this stage of the build, I'm feeling very satisfied with the port. We have the base of the pier and all of that stuff, and now we're trying to add more content in the pier. Now realistically, when you go to a pier, the boats come, there's a lot of shipments going on and stuff, but sometimes you're hit with a marketplace right away, like a mini marketplace. And so that's what I attempt to do here. I add a bunch of tents, a bunch of cover and stuff, and see like what I can put in the pier to make it more lively. And so what I do here is I at the center of the pier, I do like little mini markets where they sell trading goods, food, like like stuff that would come out from shipments like these on the pier, like the boats on the pier, like these type of shipments. So that's what I attempt to do, and that's what I work around with. I remember seeing a bunch of fishing stuff, fishing gear, crates, boxes, and all of that stuff. And of course I incorporate glitches like rug glitch and pillar glitch to make this into a realistic market like place. Here we go, cue montage. After hours of decorating this pier, I thought of different things I can do with this mega settlement, and one of the things that I decided to do is this destination spot on this island is going to be a peaceful zone between all factions, meaning that this pier is going to be an all-around pier where everyone could come in order to trade. With this being said, this left side of the pier, I decided to design it like it was for raiders and for gangsters, like a den, a slavery den, meaning people that sell off humans that they've captured, or mutants that they've captured, ghouls they've captured, as well as animals. I thought it'd be fun. It brings diversity to this already lively pier. That was my thought process going on to this second half of the design. I hope you continually enjoy what I'm coming up with. This pier is starting to look really lively and really decorative. Cue montage again. Alright, so this pier is starting to look really well done. These cages, I love the fact that there's so many cages that you can use for your settlement build. Now that that's done and this marketplace is done, this marks the first part of this Let's Build a Pier in Spectacle Island. The second part will contain the showcase as well as us finishing this wonderful build. We came far from it being nothing to what it is now, starting to look like a realistic pier, which I love. Stay tuned for part 2. And if you like what you see, please make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below what you like to see, or your opinion about this build that I'm making, or any concerns about it as well. Again, this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Peace out.